No buy this week. Strategy sold Bitcoin. 32 BTC. Tiny, deliberate, and exactly what they told us they would do. This is the new toolkit in action from Michael Saylor, and it's worth understanding. Grab your coffee and let's jump in. Here's the filing. Between May 26th and May 31st, a 6-day window due to Memorial Day, Strategy sold 32 Bitcoin at an average price of just under $77,200 per coin. Their total proceeds are $2.5 million, and they're using that to fund distributions on preferred stock. Their holdings now stand at 843,706 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Strategy also raised $128 million through MSTR's common stock, but that went straight to the USD Reserve, not into Bitcoin. The USD Reserve now sits at $900 million flat. The fortress is being maintained, and the creditworthiness is on full display. Their amplification ratio sits at 37%. That's their preferred equity and debt combined. They represent about 37 cents of every dollar of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. That's not traditional leverage, but it's a useful proxy for how hard the capital structure is working for common shareholders. STRC is trading at $99 today, which is a dollar below par. The ATM stays closed until it crosses $100. Their discipline holds, and the STRC dividend rate is confirmed unchanged at 11.5% for June. That's the stability signal. Now let's put this into context. This is only the second time in Strategy's history they've sold Bitcoin. The first was in December of 2022 when they sold 704 Bitcoin for tax loss harvesting under the old accounting standards. They promptly bought it back, but this time is different. This is the new capital allocation policy in action. So here's the mechanic, and it's important to understand. When Strategy's MNAV is compressed, meaning MSTR trades at a low premium to its Bitcoin NAV, selling a small amount of Bitcoin to buy back shares is accretive to Bitcoin per share. Think about it. If you sell Bitcoin at market value and buy back shares trading below what the Bitcoin is worth on the per share basis, every remaining shareholder owns more Bitcoin per share than before. It defends against short sellers who are betting on MNAV compression. It reduces shares outstanding, and counterintuitively, it can result in more Bitcoin per share even as the total stack shrinks slightly. So 32 Bitcoin, $2.5 million at 843,706 Bitcoin total. That's 0.004% of the stack. Peanuts. This is a scalpel, not a sledgehammer, and it was telegraphed. Saylor told us this was coming, and the market should have expected it. Now let's check in on the supply dynamics. Because there is no purchase this week and a tiny sell, the supply vacuum is effectively paused. Year to date through May 31st, Strategy has accumulated 171,238 Bitcoin, while miners have produced only 67,950. They're still buying at 2.5 times the global mining rate for the year. The supply vacuum sits at 103,000 plus Bitcoin. So one quiet week after another week of not buying, and one tiny sell doesn't change the math. The vacuum is still over 100,000 Bitcoin on the year, and when stretch crosses par and that ATM fires again, the vacuum starts growing fast. A quick update on the digital credit space. STRC is at $99, a dollar below par as I said, and their ATM stays closed, but June 15th is the ex-dividend date. If you want to collect the end of June dividend, you need to be holding stretch before June 15th. The semi-monthly dividend vote is coming up next week on June 8th, so watch for that. And briefly, on Strive, SATA had an epic week ahead of its own ex-dividend. Matt Cole just announced plans to expand both the ASST and SATA ATM programs by $2.1 billion each. More on that tomorrow in a dedicated Strive video. Stay tuned. So here's what I'm watching for Strategy. 1. Does Stretch cross $100 par this week ahead of their June 15th ex-dividend? If it does, the ATM fires, and next Monday could be a very different story. And in 2 weeks, we're certainly going to see some Bitcoin buying. Number 2, the June 8th Stretch semi-monthly dividend vote. This changes the instrument permanently if it passes. 3, does Strategy use the MNAV sell tool again this week, or was 32 Bitcoin enough to make the point? And 4, Bitcoin's price is $72,000 this morning. A move higher lifts the MNAV, reduces the incentive to sell, and puts the ATM back in play faster. So sell number 2 is in the books. 32 Bitcoin, tiny. The toolkit's working as designed. 843,706 Bitcoin still on the balance sheet. 2.5 times the global mining rate year to date, supply vacuum above 100K. If you found this valuable, smash the like button and subscribe. For real-time tracking of every Bitcoin treasury company on the planet, visit bitcointreasuries.net and subscribe to the newsletter. The link is in the description. And don't forget to stay orange. I'll see you next Monday.